And joining me now is Fahim Sadat. He's an Afghanistan analyst. He joins us from Kabul in Afghanistan to talk to us about the Taliban capturing the Afghanistan-Tajikistan border crossing. Good afternoon, Fahim. Thanks for joining the program.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, security forces abandoned their posts early morning when the Taliban captured border checkposts with Tajikistan. The seizure of Sirkan Bandar is a significant gain for the Taliban. Can you tell us about this latest situation?
Well, the dry port of Sirkan Bandar, it's a district in Kunduz province, which is actually my province. I hope that my people back in Kunduz are safe, and although some of them have already fled from Kunduz, but overall, seeing at the situation, the war is intensifying in north, and I believe that the Taliban's focus on north has two factors. One is that sometimes back, largely some local militia and some local police were somehow prepared by some people, and some of the strategic frontline districts were given to those people to be protected. And at the moment, it is those people who are not putting a strong resistance and leaving districts, which means that the Taliban are at the moment somehow not facing the regular army, but those local police and local militia forces which were mobilized sometimes back. That can be one reason for the quick advancement of the Taliban. And at the same time, I think looking at the government of the strategic retreat issue, the government also want to somehow increase the people's support in north to the government by allowing or showing them the threat of the Taliban, which has almost reached their doorsteps.
Okay. Now, we spoke to Afghanistan's Foreign Minister Mohammad Hanif Atmar at the Antalya Diplomacy Forum regarding the Afghan peace process, and he said that the only proposal that the Taliban have is the continuation of violence. Now, will we see more of these attacks as the US military slowly withdraws from Afghanistan?
I think the one thing is clear now, that after the withdrawal of the foreign troops, a security vacuum has been created. And the Taliban are trying to capitalize on this vacuum for their own advantage and trying to have battlefield gains. I think for now, the Taliban's major focus is battlefield gains, although these gains are to be used at the negotiating table later on when the negotiations somehow resume, which also means that at the end of the day, both sides will sit for negotiations and both sides will seek a political settlement. But by then, the Taliban will have enough of battlefield gains so that they strengthen their position at the negotiating table.
Okay. Now, lastly, the talks between the Afghan government and the Taliban taking place in Qatar have failed to make a breakthrough. Now, in this case, are Taliban leaders focusing on securing military gains to strengthen their negotiating position?
As I said before, that yes, there are limitations at the Taliban side too, which will compel them to sit and agree on a political settlement, because they also know that a military takeover will not be welcomed by the international community, and that will also somehow abandon the assistance, a continued assistance for Afghanistan in the long run. So looking at these limitations, the Taliban will sit for the negotiations. The stalled peace talks in Qatar will resume. But till that, I think their major focus is on battlefield gains, which will strengthen their position in the future negotiations.
Okay, Fahim, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Thanks for the analysis.